The FIFA Men's World Cup may be over, but the excitement is just beginning for the U.S. women's national soccer team as they gear up for the FIFA Women's World Cup. They've also been a lot more successful than the men.
Much more successful.
Kicks off on June 24th, 2027. The tournament is headed to Brazil, bringing the event to South America for the first time. Now, the U.S. women's team has taken home the World Cup title 4 times after clinching their last title win in 2019. The team is hoping to add another star to their jerseys. The legendary Tower of Power, as she's known, U.S. women's midfielder Sam Mewis helped lead the team to victory 7 years ago before her retirement. Now, she's the editor-in-chief of the Women's Game, which is part of Men in Blazers media network. Sam, thank you so much for joining us today. I love that nickname, the Tower of Power.
So great.
Which was, of course, because of your height.
I know. Thank you for having me. It's good to be reminded of my nickname, my soccer nickname.
Well, we are so glad to have you here. I mean, obviously, the past month and a half, we've all been enjoying the Men's World Cup. Very sad that it is over. As a soccer fan, how exciting was it to watch this World Cup? Watch so many people around the country get really, really jazzed, finally, for something like this.
It was incredible. I mean, the fact that we were hosting it, I felt like so many of the host cities did such an amazing job welcoming fans from other countries who brought their football culture to our cities. I'm from the Boston area, and seeing the way Boston fans and Scotland fans got along so well was so incredible. So I'm really proud of the tournament that we put on. And I think that it was so much fun for American soccer fans to experience the World Cup on the biggest stage in our home cities.
So let's talk about the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup, where you helped lead the team to a championship win. What was your mind frame back then? The reason I asked that is we watched that game with the United States and Spain, right?
Belgium.
Belgium.
Yeah.
Sorry, Belgium. And I wondered, and this is a question that we sort of had for other footballers that came here to talk to us at CBS News, is all the controversy surrounding Flo Balogun's red card, the president getting involved, Gianni Infantino, and the allegations of corruption. Does that play into the mindset of a high-level elite athlete in preparing for a big game? In other words, you're thinking you're going to play the game one way, then all this stuff is injected a couple of days before you take to the field. What goes through an athlete's mind, if anything?
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that it's impossible to drown out all of the outside noise. I think that what happened with the men's team and the red card situation was unfortunate because obviously it was not, in the team's best interest to have all of that outside noise going on. It does bleed through. I don't know how much it affected them. I'm not close with any of them personally, so I can't say for sure. But in my own experience in 2019, I imagine that much chatter would have been a distraction. And so I actually feel for the players that they kind of had to go through something that was out of their control, especially for Flo Balogun, who this was not his fault at all. And I think the situation was just super unfortunate and really wish it hadn't happened.
Something that I noticed when I covered the Olympics, and there was just so much excitement around hockey because we had both the men and the women's team win the gold. And then you come back here and so many, people are like, I want to sign up. I want to go play hockey. And I feel like something similar might happen with this, where we had so much excitement for the Men's World Cup. What are you hoping to see come out of this for women's soccer? And of course, we're going to have the World Cup. Everyone's going to get excited again in a year for women.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the U.S., our U.S. women's national team, as you guys mentioned, is so successful and has such a great foundation of youth players coming up through the pipeline. I think what I really hope to see beyond just the U.S. is that other fans from around the world will now have the same excitement they have for their men's national teams, for their women's teams. Here in the U.S., we have incredible fans for both teams, but I think that some of the women's programs are still underfunded and under-supported in other parts of the world, but we see their fans showing up in droves to support the men. So I think the hope really is that the global support of the women's game will continue to grow as more and more fans are enjoying a tournament like the World Cup now, where reintroducing, the Women's World Cup is next year. You get to do this all over again. And I think it's a global thing as opposed to just here in the U.S.
Well said. And the women are likely going to go a lot further, hopefully, than the men did. Sam, I'm a fellow Bostonian, and I loved how we showed up for them, for the Scots and the English. All right, thanks so much.
Thank you.